Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, Level D, to your online classes. We're so excited to have you once again. So this week, Thursday, we are going to focus on the following. This presentation is mainly about comprehension strategy. We're going to learn about the ACE strategy. We have already focused on it before, but this week we're trying to work with more practice as well. So what is the purpose behind it? What is the objective behind it? Is that you need to learn to organize your writing and support your thinking to form constructive responses for any informative or explanatory compositions. And the second one is that we are going to identify the essential parts of this ACE thinking strategy. All right, moving on. Today we have to learn and master one of the comprehension strategies, which is called the ACE strategy. As I said, we have already learned it before, but let's also learn to practice more. Now, answering questions is hard, whether they are loud, either they're multiple choice questions, or you have to give a written response. Answering questions can be tricky at times. At times, we even find ourselves staring at the question and don't understand from where to begin to answer it. And sometimes it might even require you to answer more than just a word or even a sentence. It could actually require more than a passage or even a whole essay. So this is where the ACE strategy comes to rescue, which is actually the strategy to help you think through things thoroughly. Now, what is ACE strategy? I've been saying it, but what exactly is it? Now, ACE is actually an acronym. Now, what does it mean by acronym? It means that all these letters A, C, E stands for something. Now, A stands for that you have to answer the question. C means you have to cite the evidence, which means that you have to give more proof from the text that you have read, or even any other resources you can find. E means that you have to expand your answer, all right? Okay, now, why do we even use it? This is a question that why do you even use this ACE strategy? And the other question is, how do we even use it? Now, we use this ACE strategy to either write a paragraph answer to a question or even an essay question. And how do we use it? We are going to learn that, we're going to practice that. But the main 3 steps is that the first step is, as I said before, you're going to answer the question. You're going to give support for your answer, which is how you cite the evidence. And then you further expand or explain your answers by connecting the previous 2. Now, let's practice together. The question can be like, should we have on-campus classes during pandemic? Like, we already know that we are going through a situation where we have a coronavirus, COVID virus around us, which has forced many people to observe social distancing. Keeping that in mind, and all the videos and all the articles that you might have read or studied and might have watched the news, if this question arises, what is the answer to it? Now, you can take your time, think about it, and then we can discuss. All right, so your answer could be a simple yes or a no, but what makes you say that? Is that enough? A simple answer of yes, that we should come to campus during this pandemic, or a simple answer of no, we should not come to the campus during this pandemic. What I want you is that to think a bit deeper. If your answer is no, then why would you say it? Can you give a proof or evidence of your answer, or make sure that it's true? For example, you can say that coming to campus on ground might further spread the disease. So you can cite the evidence from any online resource or from an article or newspaper or even a documentary, and then further explain your answer. Basically, you have to extend your thinking and tell how does the evidence support what you think. Like you can just quote what the author states. If you remember, we have talked about the speech marks or the quotation marks. So when you cite evidence, you can just write that the author states or the author says in that particular text, or maybe if you're writing from an article, you can write the author's name and state in quotation marks that this is what the author is actually saying. Let me just remind you that how do we put the speech marks. So you can say author says, and it could be it can spread disease. All right, so moving on to the next slide. Now here are some videos that I want you to watch. You can watch these following videos. If you just click them, click on watch on YouTube for better streaming and for a full screen. And your task would be that you have to make notes of what is the A strategy. Now this task is already assigned to you on Google Classroom. So you have to visit your Literacy Google Classroom, click on your task 1, and there will be a Word document that you have to fill.